So I think in the last stream, we were kind of upgrading our downtown area here, our kind of central area. We've got some nice high-density commercial as well as a good amount of high-density residential. We did clear out these areas here for our first bits of office, which is kind of going to be used to separate the main downtown area from kind of this suburban area on the left and right. As of right now, I think our traffic is okay. I do remember that in the last stream, this road in particular was quite bad. And I believe the fix for that was us kind of reworking our bus routes a little bit. Previously, we had a lot of bus stops on this main road. Now we have fewer bus stops, and we also have all of these kind of auxiliary bus stops that are, or bus lines even, that are around the city, hopefully kind of reducing some of that main central traffic there. So really, we just want to expand here. One thing I do want to try and do throughout the course of today's stream is maybe buy up a few more plots. We do have $2.5 million in the bank at the bottom here, due to the fact that we have been kind of just letting the game run quite a bit while we've been, you know, just talking and trying to fix small issues like traffic. And so we've got a good amount of money backed up and ready to go. And so I might buy a few new plots and maybe start connecting the city up at other junctions, you know, because right now, every single vehicle that wants to get into our city has to come via this 2-lane highway right here. So it would be nice if we could get a connection maybe over here, also, you know, potentially over here, and obviously at the top connecting out. There's no road over there, but you get the idea. And then maybe even a few extra roads. You know, we could have like another bridge maybe over here or over here, stuff like that. We don't necessarily have to just connect it on the 4 corners. In fact, I think it would maybe look a little nicer if it wasn't quite so symmetrical. If we kind of, you know, offset things a little bit, I think it gives it a bit more character maybe. Let's go ahead and buy this tile. Let's buy this tile. We can basically buy all of the tiles. Oh, no, we can't. We got to wait until, of course, we have to wait until we unlock the ability to buy more tiles. I forget. Now, I'm kind of contemplating here. I might get rid of this little knobbly end. I've also been thinking, chat, about potentially adding in, because to preface that, we have a very grid-like city, right? Which does work well for organization, and it also works out for city density, like trying to fit as many buildings and as many people in a smaller space as possible. This is kind of the optimal way to do it. However, I have been contemplating kind of mixing it up a little bit and maybe having like a bigger circle here. In the last stream, we did put in this first roundabout to kind of ease some of the traffic that was happening, because previously this was just kind of like a big crossroad and there was just some horrible traffic in the middle. And now I'm thinking about having like a bigger circle, kind of less of a functional circle, like less. This roundabout here is very much so just for traffic. But I think if we went with a bigger circle, it would just kind of look cool as like the central hub of the city. So we might work on that at some point as well. But before we do that, I do want to get the new bridge set up, and I think I might even connect it up like off here, just kind of coming off here over the road like that. It doesn't necessarily have to be 2 highway roads like this. I think we could very much so just have like maybe another 4-lane road. I do like this 4-lane road we have in the middle. I don't know how it's gonna look if we try and like upgrade these roads here to 4-lane roads. I think it might look fine like this, and then eventually obviously connect it up to this bit here. How is that? I don't know. I might make it. I do kind of like this kind of double highway bridge that we have. So I might even do that on this side as well, and maybe have it like split off over to here and here. Potentially. Let's have a look. If we do something along the lines of like this, maybe. So we have that be like the way in, and then obviously the way out wants to be pretty much right next to it. I don't know if it wants to be that close. Yeah, it wants to be a little tiny fraction further out, like that. And again, I don't know if there's a way to, outside of doing it like, I guess this. That works. I want to, kind of works. These ones over here, I believe were here when we arrived, and so they've got this really nice like symmetrical bridge, which works. And I kind of want the same thing over on this side, you know, not this horrible, like, haphazard slant that we currently have on this road. So I might try and rework that a little bit. But I like the idea of having slightly offset bridges. So we might have like one here, and then maybe the other one can be maybe like way up here, or maybe we could even have two. Maybe there are quite a lot of spaces for bridges. We could have like multiple on each side. Build the bridge first, then connect it. Oh, you mean connect it to the road afterwards? We could do that. I like the building the road bit first just because it gives us a nice like lineup. So if we try and do the same thing here, like the exact same distance, it doesn't quite work. I guess it's because the well, maybe like that. Although I still think we're gonna have the issue with the lopsidedness. Kind of like I can't move those, right? Yeah, I don't know if there's an easy way to fix that because the river gets narrower. Like here, it kind of works because the river is an equal depth at both sides. I guess maybe if we offset it a little bit to like here, it might work kind of better. Like if we did, I do quite like the when it puts two of them down like that. I think that looks quite good. If we did that and then we did the same thing, like right, ooh, there. You know what? I'm happy with that. That is close enough. I will take it. I quite like that. So yeah, I'm happy with this. Let's go ahead and like rotate the roads to make sure that some of them are coming in correctly. Like this. And I think we'll probably go ahead and put down another one of these. I'm probably going to get rid of this one eventually. I don't like having two of these so close together. We might try and change that into like one of those big, kind of like big cross intersections maybe, or something along those lines. But over here, I think what I probably want to do is maybe disconnect this road and kind of bring it up potentially, or connect it up elsewhere so that the traffic doesn't really doesn't mount too much. I don't know how bad this is going to be for traffic coming in here because it's kind of coming in to a residential area, but it might work. It might work. How do I want to do this? I don't really want a harsh turn either. I think we kind of want like a smooth arch where possible. But I can't really get rid of this next bit of road without kind of ruining the whole bridge aesthetic. Can I do like this? No, is this too high? It is quite high.
Listening to the classics. You're
welcome.
For the best works of the great masters.
Because we could just have it connect straight up. But if we have it connect straight up, then it ends up in a situation where we just end up with a lot of traffic on the square, right? So unfortunately, guys, it looks like I can't go any... I can turn off here, which might not be too bad, actually. If we go with like a right-hand turn. You know, if we go... Even if we went a full... If we did like this, maybe. It's a bit close to... I don't know if I love it. It's a bit close to the pre-existing road. I kind of want like a wider turn there, so I might bring that back just a little bit, even though I do like this kind of almost perfect right angle that we have. We might end up moving this as well. Can we move that? We have to empty it first? Of course, gosh dang it. You can't just... Come on, Isaac, you can't just move a cemetery without emptying it out first? You madman? I think what we'll do in that case then is we'll kind of connect it up to the middle of this road. I know I'm spending a lot of time on this like one bit of road, but I want it to look good. Yeah, I want it to look... he says it almost certainly isn't going to look great, but we'll do something maybe like that. You know what, sure. As soon as we get some buildings in here, I think it'll work out just fine. So let's make sure that all of those are correct. So people are going to come in... I think we'll change these around. Actually, let's check over here. So here we have them coming in on the left and leaving on the right. We should have that be the same. Yeah, so I'm going to change that to coming in on the left. Like that, and then leaving on the right. Yeah, that feels like it makes a lot of sense. Looks like a shoe. It does kind of look like a leg or something, doesn't it? You got like the leg here and then the foot here. It does kind of look like a shoe. All right, so this area here is quite flat, which is nice. It's not super flat, so we could run into some issues with this curve. And we don't have a ton of flexibility, simply due to the fact that we've not... I'm going to turn the game down just a tad. But we don't have a ton of flexibility, simply due to the fact that we don't have access to this plot yet. So we do need to be a little careful with how we go about destroying our roads here. Yeah, see, that doesn't quite... I'm going to have to go a little bit further to the left, I think. Which is a tad awkward. But I think we can make this work. So I think for now, this road here should be an easy enough connection. I would love it if it looked a little nicer. I don't know if I can replace that road if I get rid of it. I think I might not be able to like place there. So I think we might have to kind of work within the confines of what we have here. The game sound is gone again. It seems to go when I change scenes. It's really bizarre because in my OBS, I can see the bars. So OBS is getting the sound. It's just not transmitting it. That's very, very weird. There you go. Thankfully, it is a fairly easy fix. And probably one that I could like map to the stream deck to make it a little easier in the future. I don't know how I go about getting this. Oh, like that. I was gonna say I don't know how I go about getting the road to be like equal thickness all around, but it turns out the answer is you do it like that. That works. Let me just check that's going the right way. Yep, all that is fine. And so we should, chat, be able to just kind of connect this up. We will have to have an ever so slight curve in the road, but I think that's fine. I think it could also look quite good. So we'll have like, yeah, we're not going to have like a straight line, I don't think. I think we'll do like a little, like a tiny S in the road. How do I do this? Is a good question. I think we'll come straight out a little bit on both sides here. This one obviously has to come a little longer because they're going to turn this way. It's so slight. It's such a slight turn in the road. So slight, in fact, that I don't think. Maybe I have to turn off the snap. So that we can kind of have like a very slight kind of bend. I do want road guidance, so I can kind of bend it to there. Like that, maybe? It's a bit harsh, isn't it? I want a slightly less harsh road. I'm thinking maybe I just have to go for like a much longer curve to make it look hopefully a little less janky, or maybe just bring it all the way back. Like that. Yeah, I kind of like that. That kind of works. It's got like a bit of a kind of a bow to it almost. All right, so has anyone used this road yet? Yeah, people are using this slowly but surely. Hopefully we'll see more people use it as time goes on. How are we doing on traffic? Traffic is looking pretty good. We're at 92%, which I'm very happy about. The traffic here is nice and light, which I'm also happy about. A little bit of a garbage problem over here. We might be having a few traffic issues over by the industrial, although it doesn't seem like we are. It seems like for the most part that's fine. And that garbage has been taken away. Okay, nice. I like it. What do I do now? Traffic's good. So I think we're in a situation where we can probably look to expand things out a little bit. So I think to match what we have over on the left side here, I think I will try and kind of bring this side of the city up to the edge. So I believe these are... I will turn all road snapping back on again. I believe that these are just like this, right? Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's correct. There's nothing we can do there right now. I might have... Do I want to have like a dead end road like that? Just for symmetry? I think I might. It's kind of a little awkward. I'm trying to think about where... I'm going to do this. I'm going to delete these roads, don't worry. But for now, I just want to kind of see where that would go. Then we can delete that. I do want this to kind of connect like this. And then I wish I could delete just a little bit of that road, but I guess now we know where it is. We can kind of do that. Those might end up being some really awkward roads from a traffic standpoint. I don't know, like there's these dead ends. That's a very long dead end. I guess what we could do, we could have like an underground road, right? Like we could have like a little dip. I never used the dips. Is it page down? It's page down. So we could do something like this. You know what? Sure. I kind of dig that. Can we have this connect up as well to that underground bit? Can we have like a fully underground section? Space already occupied. Oh no, you can't go. Maybe I have to go a bit further back there.
Warning.
Oh no.
Experts predict an
Oh no.
earthquake could hit the area soon.
Could hit the area soon? So you're saying there's a chance? I don't like that snapping there at all. Is there a way to like unsnap? I guess not, right? Maybe we can go with like a bit of a curve. Oh yeah, that'll do. Perfect. These are two-way as well, so you can go both ways around that. It's a little janky. I'll give you that. It's just a tiny bit janky. Oh no. Oh, thank goodness. Thank goodness we bought this next plot.
An earthquake is occurring. Don't panic and wait for help if you are in the affected area.
The good news is that almost nobody is in the affected area. All right. we can live with this. Oh, there are fires breaking out though, like across the city. I don't know if those are earthquake induced fires. I feel like they might be. We also have quite a few kind of abandoned buildings over on the industrial side, as well as multiple more fires. I don't know if our fire, systems are able to keep up. We also have a few buildings that have been abandoned as a result of the earthquake. Yeah, look at that. Helicopter arrived, but the place was already abandoned. Gosh dang it. That wasn't too bad. Thankfully, it didn't even hit the road. We want a refund? Thank goodness. Open disaster reports. Citizens lost. 48 people died, guys. Bad disaster. You destroyed 10 buildings. 19 were set on fire, and there was 21 trees set on fire as well. Guys, that was it was a fairly tame natural disaster in the grand scheme of things. But, it did some damage, man. It did some damage. All right, where were we? Do I want to go this way? Probably not, right? We probably want to, I guess we could probably do this, right? Like, there's no reason not to have like a little, dead end road right there. I think the same's maybe true over here. Just have like one of those just for a little, a little bit of extra density. I like the idea of kind of fully filling up this island where possible. I think we'll maybe have like a road like this around the edge here. I'll pause just because I know we are going to delete that bit there. I don't know if I want the road going right up to the edge like that because it doesn't really give much space for building. But what I do like the idea of is kind of bringing this in just a little bit and having, like we have over here, a road that allows people to build pretty much right up to the edge of the river. I like that. How did anyone die from that? I have no idea. I mean, people were in the cars, right? So maybe that caused some of it. I guess we can connect up here, actually. That makes a lot more sense. It feels like it's a bit too close, maybe. Does everyone else spend this much time on roads playing this game? Just me. Everyone else has to, right? Like, it's like the whole point of the game is constructing roads, right? I don't love it, though. I don't love it. Goodbye, Terry Street. I think we might have to have like a bit of a straight line here. More? No more. You like, as in you do it more? That's good to hear. I'm glad that, there we go. You know what? We'll go with the straight line. We'll do it something like this. Beautiful. I'll take it. Yes, but I turn off the clicking sound from the road. I do also dislike the road clicking sound. Is it the user interface volume? Is that what that is? I think that is the one. I'll turn it down just a smidge. I think that's fine. What do I want to do here? Do I want to connect this up? Yeah, we'll go ahead and connect that up. It adds a little bit of like a little bit of character, a little bit of depth here. It's a little different to the rest of the city for now, which I quite like. And then I think we'll probably we did disconnect the electricity. So I will go and reconnect that. And then, do I want to reconnect it? I'll probably reconnect it like over here, just so we don't disrupt any of the potential residential areas that we're going to work with in a second. So most of this is already plumbed up, which is lovely. We'll add a little, tiny bit more plumbing, just to allow people to actually live here. And I guess we might as well go like this. Yeah, that covers our new area quite nicely. Bring back the Cappuccino District, shaped like a cup. I don't... I mean, that's not what the reward says, Toffee. The only trouble with that, I mean, like this shape here is already kind of cup-shaped, right? This is because it's Toffee's birthday. I might go ahead and make like a makeshift. Like this here is kind of cup-shaped. We do have a district there, which wasn't meant to be there. But if we kind of have this district here kind of engulf the lower downtown area like this, and then just have like a tiny bit of the... I don't want a new district. I want like this here, like a tiny little bit. Is that okay? Does that work? That right there, is that okay? So I think I will like, I do want to make it like flush with the city. You know, the oceans. They're a lawless wasteland. You can do whatever you like in the in all but this part of the ocean. Oh, a small hole in the center? You mean like right here? Like that? They're normally like a bit more kind of elongated, right? Are they normally like that? Maybe? But yeah, I can get behind this. It just so happens that this kind of already looks a bit like a coffee cup, or like one of those kind of cappuccino cups, not like a Starbucks to go coffee cup. You know what? Sure. We'll also top it off quite. I can snap to the road, right? Like if I do this, yeah, we'll have like this road mark the off point. All right, there we go. Yeah, and we'll kind of, the hard bit now is trying to flatten this bit. Oh, there we go. Look at that. Perfect. This bit here is also a little janky. If I go bigger, can I kind of get a bit more? Not really. I was going to say, can I get a bit more control over where I district? There's not really a good... you can't turn off the snapping, I don't think. But you know what? Boom. The lower half of the... this doesn't need to be a district here. This is a lawless wasteland. Get rid of that. There we go. Perfect. Perfect. We could have like a little fishing route that just goes here. But let's go ahead and call that the Cappuccino District. Now, just so I don't mistakenly misspell cappuccino, let's go ahead and grab Toffee's message. Oh, Cappuccino District even. All right, how is that? That's looking good. I will put down like more residential around here, even though I know that our demand for residential is not super high right now. We are... the demand's quite even. We do have a fairly high demand for industrial. But then again, we do now have the office unlocked, and I'm fairly certain the office does fulfill the need of commercial or industrial even. So we'll do this. We'll do this. We'll also do the same on the other side, of course. I think I purposely didn't put things here because it was too close to the roundabout. But we will go ahead and kind of get rid of this. If you want to increase demand for your new houses, guys, just delete the old ones. Easy. And that should hopefully, they'll delete these, and then we can put down more offices on this side as well, using the offices as kind of a way to buffer the residential and the, high density commercial and whatnot, even though we do have a little bit of residential in the middle there, that's fine. And as the demand for commercial goes up, I think we'll just end up upgrading some of these areas here to high density commercial. Like that. Beautiful. Isaac, maybe upgrade the new bridge bit to have sound barriers near the residential. Like around here. That is a good point. I completely forgot that there are indeed these guys right here. Highway with sound barrier. That's a good point. Otherwise, people may well complain about the highway sound. Yeah, beautiful. You can't do it on a bridge, but that's fine. I like that. It kind of gives a bit of a buffer there. The people who live like right here, they're still going to be annoyed if there were, lorries kind of driving past to get to where they need to go. But for the most part, I think that's okay. I also feel like this highway is going to get a lot busier as we start adding in things kind of like around here. I might even kind of spread this industrial district kind of up and in this area here. We might have this whole area as like industrial and then maybe connect up again on this highway a little bit. This looks a little hazardous, doesn't it? What's going on here? Outside of extremely slow traffic. Everyone just can't wait to get onto Street. That's why. Street Lane Drive. I do love the street names. All right, what are we gonna? Let's do the next one up. Here we go. Is this called My Street? Oh, it's called Ivy Street. Let's call this one Street Lane Drive. It's not a drive at all, but boom, it's enabled. It's done. All right. I do want to. Now that we have a district, I do want to enable some policies. So what do we have here? We have power usage. Energy conservation is important. The best way to do this is by installing energy meters in buildings. Moderately reduce energy consumption. Upkeep is 5 cents per building. Probably not worth it. Our energy right now is quite fine. And 5 cents per building would be quite pricey. There are a lot of buildings in this area. Education boost seems like a good idea though. We do want people kind of getting a higher education, going into the office work where possible, so we don't have to put down more of the kind of traditional industry, because the traditional industry is polluting and we kind of want to avoid that where possible. We could go with free public transport, which might not be a bad idea actually. We are making $14,000 per week, which is pretty nice. And so I think we will go with free public transport. I'll see how much that costs. If it ends up costing us too much, then we can always change it. But for now, we'll see how that goes. Hopefully that will also reduce the amount of traffic going forward. What else do we have here? We've got parks and recreation. Make your parks and plazas the envy of the country. Moderately increased land value around parks and plazas. Increase the parks and plazas budget by 20%. You know what? Sure, let's go for it. How are we doing, by the way?
Geologists predict
gosh dang it,
a sinkhole could strike at any minute. Residents should take precautionary measures.
Oh, it's okay. Whew! I need to buy more tiles, chat, just so I can be free.
Somewhere in the city. Stay out of harm's way and contact authorities with any information.
Oofed. Oofed, guys. Look at that. Look at that sinkhole. Oh. Devastating. Chat. Absolutely devastating. What an... Oh. That was like the mildest sinkhole I've ever seen. Why not the city? I guess it's because the city is like super wide at the moment. Like the game doesn't really know where the city's meant to be, like where I've built stuff. I guess it does, but like maybe the disasters don't know. A great fishing spot. Beautiful. I can work with that. The river got thicker. It's true. We got a little dint right there. That's fine. That's perfect. All right, let's get some more offices to be down over here. I don't know how our college is doing. We did set this up. Our reputation is still unrecognized. It's still costing us an absolute fortune to keep that thing going, but that's fine. Anything else policy-wise? I don't think we have to worry about insulation, which is good. Educational blimps. Switch advertisements on blimps to be educational posters to boost education slightly. We don't have any blimps, so I think that's okay. We should recycle plastic. Recycling centers work with 20% plus efficiency. Costs 100 cents per recycling center per week. We can do that. We only have a few recycling centers, so I think that's fine. Free Wi-Fi. It's a given, right? Reduce mail accumulation. Let's do it. We do have a mail distribution center. We have like a post service in our city, so we'll give out free Wi-Fi. I'm sure in general, it has a wider reach than just reducing mail accumulation. How are we doing on everything else? Water and electricity are doing okay. Electricity is a little high. We might have to invest in potentially another one of these geothermal power plants. I think we do already have 2. We do. A third one could be necessary if we get just a little closer to that 200 megawatts that we're currently close to. Water seems fine for the most part. Garbage is also doing okay right now. Healthcare availability is doing fine. Average health, not super high, but okay. I didn't know we had childcare. That's new. Emergency services, how are we doing on fire? Our hazard levels are low, but they could be lower. This area up here doesn't really have like a local fire station, so maybe we put one of these down like up here, maybe? I know it doesn't really cover this area too much. It kind of does. We'll put it down right next to the cemetery, right? Like right there. And that'll hopefully kind of cover that up a little bit. Which one is land value? It's this one right here. Oh yeah, look at that. People living in the Cappuccino District are really reaping the rewards of high land value right now. I like it. I like it a lot. Education. We are low on elementary schools. We don't have the capacity. High school is doing fine. We, of course, have our legendary rival high schools. Right here, we have Westside and Eastside High, who compete directly opposite each other. It's perfect. And then the public library usage is not super high, which is also fine. It means we don't need another one. So elementary school-wise, yeah, it's the new area. It's kind of got the problem. So let's go ahead. You probably don't want it too close to the highway. And so you know what? Once again, I think we'll put it down like over here. Near the fire station and the cemetery. Maybe like right there. And that'll hopefully boost our capacity enough to where everybody is able to go to elementary school. Perfect. I like it. Transport-wise, I think we're doing okay. We have 366 people using our bus per week, and we have 3 tourists per week. Not many tourists, but a few. We could also maybe look at getting like a very rudimentary metro system going as well, potentially, to get people over to the industrial area maybe for work, or at least to get people kind of downtown. We are starting to hit power shortages. So we can't buy this new plot yet, can we? No, we can't. Maybe I shouldn't have bought this one over here and maybe bought this one instead. When do we unlock our next plot? We unlock it at 16,000 residents, which might take us a little while because we have been kind of hovering around 10,000 for a while now. I'm just thinking about where I want to put this. I might just put it next to this one. Just cost 65,000. But if we put it like right there, again, it does get rid of a little bit of industry. But I think that's okay. That should dramatically increase our energy output and hopefully bring us up to the point where we're, yeah, there we go. Look at that. We're easily powering our city right now. Beautiful. We do also have taxation. Tax rates for low density residential, tax rates for high density residential. Ooh, tax relief for officers. There's a ton of stuff. We will encourage biking. Most citizens will prefer biking over motor vehicles. Beautiful. I like it. I also quite like high-tech housing. It's a bit of an expensive one. We are down to 9,000 per day now, or just shy of 10,000 per week, as opposed to the 15,000 we were on mere moments ago. It's all that free Wi-Fi that everybody's using. But high-tech housing turns homes into much cooler smart homes to raise the land value around them. Slightly increases land value. Upkeep is 4 cents per residential building. Let's do it. Because I think almost instantly we're going to see houses upgrading to beautiful high-tech houses. Oh, I see a few flashing. Hopefully we'll see a nice little uptick of And I can hear a few dings already as everyone upgrades to their new high-tech housing. Look at this. Here we go. Here we go. Hopefully these look good. Oh yeah, look at this. Look at this. Everybody is upgrading to high-tech housing. It's costing us an absolute fortune. We're already 1,500 a week into the new high-tech housing fund. But look at that. They've got solar panels. Everyone's got their own little Google Smart Home. Alexa, Cortana, whatever they're running. Academic year report from our local college. Reputation level is still... Oh, it's recognized. We have gone up. Finally. Finally, somebody has... The world at large has recognized our academic prowess. Campus attractiveness nice and high. Students are up. We can now put down a trade school gymnasium, a trade school cafeteria, a trade school fountain, and a trade school outdoor study. Nice.